Hey everybody, welcome to a Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux video on G4G. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about the new patch that is out that will patch your alpha version, Alpha 5, to be specific to the new beta. As a reminder, this is only for Alpha 5, not Alpha 4, and what you're going to be seeing me do is on Windows. Do not ask me about mobile versions. Do not ask me about the timeline of future betas or the timeline of the actual release candidate or anything like that. This video is specifically about how to patch the alpha into the beta and what you're going to need to do for it. So the first thing you'll need to do is download this, the MAA Redux-Beta 1 patch.zip, from the link in the description. You can put it anywhere on your computer when you first download it. Once you've downloaded it, what you're going to do is bring it into your Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux Alpha 5 folder. So in this case, that's that one for me. See this one, MAR 0.5. What we're going to do is we're going to put it in there, and there's a reason for that. Once it's in here, if you have something like 7-zip, you can do extract here, and it will put things where they need to go properly. Now, there is a folder in here that you don't see on my screen. It's called saves. This is a folder that you will want to delete before you do this extracting and before you run the executable. So we're going to go ahead and do 7-zip, extract here. You're going to say yes to all for overwriting things, and you'll notice nothing new popped up on the screen. That's because I did things correctly. What happened is it extracted the contents of this zip file right over here in place and included the proper directories and everything like that. If we were to open it in 7-zip, you would see something like this, and you'll notice the contents match the folder structure over here. So it extracts the things in the A folder to the A folder, the Adobe Air to Adobe Air, etc., etc. So once that's done, you're going to want to go into maaredux.exe, and you'll notice that the save games are clear, which is fine. That's what it's supposed to do. Alright, there we go. Thought it was hanging up there for a second. So, we're gonna redo, God, I hate that hair. We don't want emo hair. Reed Richards. Actually, we'll do that hair. And we'll get that slightly happy face. Okay, we're going to collect all for a little bit to get some money. We're going to go to team, and we're going to recruit a couple people. This time, I want to start heavy. And I'm going to recruit Faiza Hussein, and we are going to recruit Cloak and Dagger, and we're going to recruit Spitfire. I'm going to avoid Cloak and Dagger for now, generally because she's probably going to cause some issues. So it looks like we can still edit the names of the tabs over here. So we're just going to joke around and call that clothing. Haha, I have made clothing. Look at me, I hacked through the game. Alright, looks like we can get out of it. Research. Can't edit these tabs, that's good, but you'll notice the research tabs are showing up stuff. We just can't do anything with them yet. This is... ooh, can't close that X again. Alright, restart. This one is supposed to mainly be about the seasons and everything, and I think combat has a little bit of a fix in it where it won't crash as much. So if we go back to team, we should have the ones that I recruited. Good. we do want to change my agent's gear a little bit. If I remember correctly, we don't want to equip the golden stuff. So we've got a cryo tonfa, we've got 2 okay, that should be good enough for now. I can click the equip button by the suit, but nothing happens. Okay. Mission. Yep, that's the freaky stuff. Season 2. Couple blinky buttons over here. Info blanks, the stars go up. But oddly enough, none on the Baron Zemo one. Strange. Let's pick this one. Let's just pick a random one here. Meet Danny Rand, better known as Iron Fist. Danny, what have you got? Blah blah blah. Plot, text, things. Thought I was clicking on the deploy there. I wound up clicking on something? I think I crashed it again. Still has the random window position thing. Alright, let's try and go here. Blah blah blah, plot, stuff, things, Hawkeye. I shoot things with my bow. Okay, Spitfire. Oh, let me change black. There we go. We'll go with Fiza. We'll just do basic stuff over here. I won't try and do any of Fiza's crazy things, but there's Spitfire going first. Oof, 3 damage. That's weak. 9 damage. Yeah, so we're definitely getting outclassed by the damage. 11. Oh, that was weird. Spitfire only had 1 turn on her second. Yeah, that's a little unusual. Oof, it's so painful to watch Sleeping Tiger be that low and then have her take 33 damage in return. Alright, the katana's doing some reasonable damage. 2. Did you ever think you would see Spitfire be that weak in your life? See, and I mean, I have a feeling I know why. It's because, you know, they are rated for having ISOs, and the enemies are set up to attack characters that have ISOs, and that's why they're doing such reasonable damage, and the characters aren't. It's because they literally are lacking their equipment that makes them good. And we can see we're still missing some buffs and debuffs. Let's try the bolt action. Oh, that was weird. I attacked with the cryotonfa even though I picked the bolt action. Alright, let's just try the bolt action this time. Ooh, 54. Alright, we're gonna have to remember that one. Let's go with Iron Man, and that's a weird position. Oh, we're getting the epic music again. But now I can't. I can continue to change him. I can't change anybody else. Alright, let's... Well, now that we know the bolt action does such reasonable damage, We'll see what happens over here. Iron Man's... Alright, so Iron Man's doing some reasonable damage too. Alright, we're definitely sticking with that bolt action. I think people would do well to keep that on their agent while they experiment around with this. 15s and 14s are not bad. You can tell it's still rated to have ISOs, which are missing. And, you know, we were able to go from combat to combat. Maybe when we get into the next combat, I can change FISA out. Still not seeing stamina reduction, but I don't know if it's that we're not visually seeing it, or if it's that it's not actually occurring. Now the big test, can we fight a boss? Alright, let's go with Hawkeye. So let's go with some original Avengers. She did 34. It's about what you would expect a boss to do. Hawkeye's still putting some good damage. So there may be an issue with some of the higher powered ones on the roster. It may help if you stick with some of the original unlockable characters. Their damage seems to be going pretty good. Now, I don't expect that debuff to go out. And she probably would have been unstunnable anyway, being a boss. We didn't fight Magneto. Alright. So that was interesting. We should be done with the mission, but it thinks we're not. The board's not working. Let's try and see what a Spec Ops does. Can't start Spec Ops. Let's try something in Season 2. Syndicate is toast. Next. Plot. Nick Fury. Coulson. Tony Stank. Maria. Colossus off screen. Not gonna try and click a deploy. Alright, different mobs this time. Oof, that invisible strike. Man, some of that used to be annoying with them. Actually, let's try. Ah, so that bug still exists. If you choose something and then change what you've chosen, you still get the original. Okay. Let me bring up exactly what Goofy is saying that this particular patch does. I meant to have that up. Mainly mission and entering combat fixes. So that is probably why we were able to chain combats together. Okay. So let's not switch abilities once we've picked it over here. Let's go with that bolt action again. That was that. I think that was a speed up for engage. So arrow volley's doing some reasonable damage for being an AoE. Oh, positive thinking. That was another annoying ability. Stuck on engage again. So I would say, at least for now, be very deliberate in what you're picking. And I've heard that top targeting works. Yep, okay, that's working, so that's cool. Let's see if bottom targeting's working. So bottom targeting's working. Damn, I keep meaning to pick Unibeam, and as soon as I pick the repulsor ray, I don't want to change because I don't want to crash the game. Oh, see, I messed up. wanted to stick with range, and I clicked the cryotonfa, and I crashed it. Alright. We'll try that battle one more time, and then we'll wrap up the video. So this one is mainly the ability to chain combat together a little bit better. Now, what I would do, if you haven't done it already, when you are extracting that that patch, and I said delete the saves folder, what you may want to do, just for giggles, if you've done a lot of there's off-screen Colossus again. If you've done a lot of progression, maybe move the save folder to somewhere else on your hard drive, and get it out of the MAA folder, as that will act as a backup just in case you've ever wanted to. And that might not be a particularly bad thing in the future as betas come out and as final versions come out but have patches. I would maybe always take your save folder and back it up somewhere safe, like on a flash drive or somewhere else on the hard drive. When you have AAA games that do something that bad, when you have AAA games on the PlayStation, like wreck the drive of your PlayStation. God, I forget who that was. Was that Fallout 76 that was doing that? I forget, but like some game was like really messing up PlayStation 4s, and it wasn't just deleting the data of the game, it was like deleting other things too. So when main level games are capable of that, it's just going to be a good idea to back that up as much as possible. And I would say right before any time that you're about ready to do something to the game, whether it's in the future and you attempt to mod it, because Goofy has maybe released ways of modding the game, back up your save. If you're going to patch it, if you're going to go from the beta to the final version, just get into the habit of backing it up as much as possible. Well, we were able to go from combat to combat. They were stacked on each other for a bit, but everything seems good now. That was a little early for the meltdown. Did they always start with that? It just seems... Oh, damn it. Alright, I'm gonna go back and let's see what happens. Okay, so it didn't... Wow, meltdown? So it seems like if you do misclick, go back to the original ability and commit to it. Like on that one, I went from Sure Shot to the Arrow Volley, and I went back to Sure Shot, and I didn't crash. One damage left. But Iron Man is 7 out of 7 hit points? Oh, so the numbers seem a little wrong down there. He may actually have 7 from the damage done, but his maximums... Oh, it's because that's the value of his stamina. Interesting. So stamina and hit points seem to be showing the same amount by accident. Okay. Well, there you go, guys. There is Beta 1 for Marvel Avengers Alliance. Redux. Ooh. A little bit of some overlay up there. Let's see if I go to a different screen. That Research X doesn't work. Yeah. A little bit of a display bug up there. Okay. So, again... To wrap things up, download the Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux-Beta 1 patch.zip. Save it anywhere on your computer when you're downloading it. Once you've saved it somewhere, put it into your MAA folder. You'll know you're in the right one with air, battle images, saves, etc. It should also be the directory with the MAA redux.exe. Your directory should always look pretty damn similar to this. If you are on a Windows computer, the saves folder, before you extract the Beta 1 patch zip, take the saves folder and either delete it or back it up If you want to, you can back it up by doing this, like right click and copying it onto the desktop, or you can just simply delete it if you've had no progression or have had no saves from Alpha 5 that you care about. Once you've removed this, if you have 7-zip, which is free, Google it if you want to install it. I'm not here to help you learn how to extract zip files. Basically, preschoolers know that, so that one's not on me. Google zip files if you don't know how to do it. But get 7-zip. I, on my main computer, have WinZip, a hacked version of WinZip that is the paid version. But if you want a free version of it, 7-zip is pretty good. Just right click it, do extract here, which will put everything in the correct directory. You would want to make sure that when you're doing extracting, the option for extracting paths is on, but 7-zip pretty much defaults to that. WinZip has a choice right at the very final screen before you extract that will allow you to pick that. But you'll notice most of these dates are 11/3, which is the date that he compiled this zip file. So there you go, guys. The first beta for Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux. It's beta 1. Things are only going to be looking up from here. And now we can chain some combat together. Things that we learned in this, maybe stick to some of the more original characters for proper damages. Faiza and Spitfire were definitely coming in weak, and that may hinder you as you're going through combat over there, because you'll find the enemies will probably outclass you, because again, they're rated for fighting people with ISOs, not naked people throwing sticks and stones and flinging mud at them. So maybe stick with some of the first pages of heroes, and definitely get yourself that bolt action on the agent if it's not automatically on there as a default, as that seems to be a really good weapon that's not suffering any damage penalties. So there you go. Let me know what you think of it down below, and for some future videos on the channel, we still need to talk about the 3K subs. I need to do a milestone video on that, and also what I thought of BlizzCon over the weekend. I've been sitting on that one for a little bit, but this one came up as a surprise, so I wanted to deal with that one first. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good one.